Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another EVE Online video. Now, it's been a while since I said that, and the break is over. The break has been over actually for a few days now, and I've been talking to some people in game, and we're doing all the good stuff. But the break is over. I feel more refreshed, and I feel better about the game and the direction that I'm taking things in. But before we get into that, I'm going to do a quick shameless self-plug here. Very recently, as in yesterday, we created a Discord just so that anybody who wants to come in and chill out, you're more than welcome to do so. There's people in there that are able to help out new people. Myself and a few others are really liking the whole aspect of being able to help new people. You can just hang out and you can do whatever you want. You can get fits off people. You can talk random stuff. It doesn't even have to be related to EVE. But if you want to come over, the link is in the description. Join us, and we'll sit and talk away. This is not a corporation. I'm just going to point that out. This is not a corporation. This is not a recruitment for a corporation. Not even in the slightest. This is just another space where if you have Discord and you want to sit and chill out, and maybe you're not doing something with your corporation, or maybe you're not even in a corporation and you don't want to join one, this is the place where you can get, like I said, fits for PvE, maybe some PvP stuff. If you want to fleet up and do some things, hopefully we're looking to build a community to incorporate pretty much every aspect of the game. And I just want to say a massive shout out to the wonderful Mr. Austin, because if it wasn't for him, this Discord wouldn't even be 99% of what it is. No, I said that wrong. This Discord wouldn't be 1% of what it is, because what he has done with this Discord is just absolutely amazing. Like, he was on doing stuff while I was on the Discord, and I was doing stuff, and these changes were coming through, and I was like, I have no idea how he's doing even a quarter of this stuff, and he was doing it so quickly, and it was absolutely amazing. So that is why he is the royalty of this server, so thank you so much. But with that being said, let's jump into the video. So I have come back. Now obviously you're going to see stuff in the background, you're going to see a video in the background, and you can tell from the title of the video we were in a wormhole and we were doing some ninja gas mining, and it was very relaxed, but we'll get to that point in a minute. So basically what it was is I was getting very unlucky with the wormholes. Every wormhole I was getting into, no gas sites. I scanned down, I think it was 5 wormholes within the space of an hour, and there was no gas sites whatsoever. There was pretty much nothing. I went into a wormhole and there was 5 other wormholes, and if I had went down that kind of quote unquote rabbit hole of getting into a wormhole, finding another one, getting in there and looking for gas sites, I would have ended up a million jumps away from where it was. So that unfortunately was kind of putting a dampener on it, because it was like, right, I really want to do some ninja gas mining. That's what I want to do. I want to go into a wormhole, I want to mine some gas, because for the most part gas mining in a wormhole is very relaxed until it isn't. And it was one thing that I really wanted to do. So I finally got very lucky, and I popped it in the Discord, and it was a case of whenever I popped it in the Discord, I was like, I found a wormhole. And Austin, who was going to be coming with us to do gas mining for the first time, he was like, oh anything, and then found a gas site. So I let them know in Discord, found a gas site, and then I scanned down the rest of the wormhole, and there was another gas site in it, so I had 2 gas sites, which was absolutely fantastic. It was amazing. So we got suited up, ready to go, and then I got this stage where at one stage there was 5 of us. One of them wasn't on Discord, the other 4 of us were, and we ended up just sitting in voice chat, just sitting talking away, which was absolutely amazing, because we were just sitting there and we were just doing some gas mining, just chatting about random shit, and we were making so much ISK. It was amazing. Like, I sat there, and because a few other people had the ability to warp us out at a moment's notice. If one of us needed to leave to, I don't know, go to the toilet, grab a drink, or do something like that, it was, yeah, go for it. Because if someone appears, we just fleet warp away, and it was amazing. So we didn't have that restriction where we're in a gas site in a wormhole. We need to stay here and just constantly watch our screens. None of that. It was absolutely amazing. Basically, the only time that we couldn't leave was me and Slayer were in prospects, and the rest of them were in ventures. So obviously the prospect has, I think it's 2.5 times the size for the mining hold, and so the venture I think is around 5,000 M3, I think, and the prospect is 12.5 thousand M3. So we were able to obviously stay there, quite a bit longer. But the one amazing thing about it was that even though, I put in the Discord that we had a wormhole that had, 2 gas sites, and, the 2 guys that were joining us, 2 out of the 3 guys that were joining me in Austin, were like 30 jumps away. And I was just like, they made that journey because, we were talking about it in Discord, and it was like, we're on the way. I was like, alright, perfect. So it got to a stage where we had, 5 of us just sitting. Now, if you had been in that wormhole and you had popped your D scan and just looked and just, like, because some of the ship names were referencing Tengus, which, was, I thought was one of the best ship names ever. Totally a Tengu. But if you had popped up in your D scan and you just seen 3 ventures and 2 prospects, you'd just be sitting there going, what the hell? So you'd scan us down, but we were waiting for it. But the absolutely amazing thing, not only about the Discord server, but the community that played this game, was that, like I says, Austin, who basically took over the entire setup of the Discord server, he had never done gas mining before in a wormhole, so this was all new to him. And Sakian, if that is your name, if I butchered that name, I do apologise, but Sakian sat there and in the middle of gas mining, de-scanning, and doing everything, he sat there and he helped him get set up with his overview, because like we said, we were in voice chat, and he was sharing a screen, well, we all were at one stage, so that you could just flick through and you could see it, but he was sharing his overview settings. He was sharing how to, he was talking him through how to actually scan down signatures and stuff like that. And it just goes to show just how amazing some of the people are in this community, which is fantastic. That's absolutely amazing. But we get very lucky, because we were not touched at all. No one showed up at all. Like, I just sat there, no rats came, so obviously someone had cleared out the site of rats before, so we got very lucky, and I ended up warping away with, I think it was like just under 51 million's worth in the mining hole, which is a nice wee haul, because because there was a fleet of us, it was basically all of us just could warp up, mine, and just leave it there and just sit and have a chat. All of us were on D-scan, so and then someone appeared in local. I was like, oh. Now, I know I get so much shit for my overview, and I can't stress how many times that I've had to say this to different people in messages, YouTube videos and comments. Any video that you see on my channel, the overview has been purposely cherry picked so that I could protect the privacy of others. Okay, not in HiSec, because in HiSec you're just asking for it, but in NullSec, especially whenever I rejoined the corporation and moved with them, whenever you seen that, the overview was completely cherry picked, just so that it protected the privacy, so that you couldn't see the people that I was near, you couldn't see the system that I was in. Not for me, you know, you could come and see me anytime you wanted, if you really wanted to, but it was for the other people who didn't necessarily sign up to be in a YouTube video. So that was the reason for that. But as you can see, my overview is fine. I still have local, I still have D-scan, I have everything that I need. So we're just going to leave it at that. But anyway, someone appeared on local, and because of the way that my local is set up, I couldn't see any of the messages. And you know, they were talking about the messages and about, you know, how you reference some of the ship names that was in our fleet. Personally, I was sitting there, and I even said to them, I was like, I'm sitting here with near 15 million in my mining hold. I don't feel comfortable with this, because one person can appear on local doesn't mean that he's by himself though. So eventually what I done was I went back and I left off my prospect. I dropped it off my gas so that it was safe, and I got my Tengu and come back. I didn't tell the people in the fleet that I was bringing back my Tengu. So whenever they were D-scanning and I come through the wormhole and decloaked, they were like, we've got a Tengu, we've got a Tengu, we've got a Tengu, right? And they all were about to start warping. They were like, right, we're warping, and warping is away. And I was like, it's me, relax. They're like, you need to tell us that. And I'm like, but this was so much funnier this way. But yeah, it was a nice wee relaxed evening of just wormhole gas mining, which I count myself very lucky, because whenever you're doing wormhole gas mining, it is very rare to be left alone for, you know, an hour, just over an hour, maybe even longer, and especially with no rats spawning in. That was a very rare occurrence that happened, so very grateful that happened. But yeah, it was nice, because, you know, it brought me back into really want to do, you know, gas mining. I think, you know, in my free time, gas mining is going to be a thing. But obviously, with that being said, you know, there's the big question of, obviously, I'm not with anyone that was in the corporation. What is going on there? So I just want to point out that I'm not going to go over it in this video, but I'm still in the corporation. We're still dealing with things. We're still sorting things out, because the corporation as a whole is going in a new direction, and in the meantime I'm just doing some things that I want to get done, and maybe build up a nest egg for what's about to come. And I do apologise if you can hear my cat going to town on her collar. But yes, that is the next video will be out on Friday. So what I will do is I will go through, and I will go through the whole situation with the corporation and what that's looking like, and then we'll go from there. But that is going to do it for me. Once again, thank you to the wonderful Mr. Austin for setting up the Discord. The Discord link is in the description. If you want to come along, by all means. If you want to just sit and text chat, you can. If you want to, you know, voice chat, you're more than welcome to do so as well. It's entirely up to you. Again, this is a place where there's no obligations, no strings, nothing like that. It's just a case of, if you want to come together, you know, maybe get some help with fittings, maybe get some help with fleets, or maybe just get some, you know, help with how to do something, get some knowledge, this can be a place for you. If you're in a corporation, there's absolutely no need to leave your current corporation, because this is not a corporation in itself. But that is going to do it for me, ladies and gentlemen. Until next time, thanks for watching.